This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Netflix. Go to netflix.com/TYT for your free trial membership.
We're going to move on to Afghanistan. Devastating news for the president. It turns out the American people are sick and tired of this war. They don't want any piece of it, and they want to leave right away. They're not like, oh, yeah, maybe 2014, maybe later. No. Right now. The Afghanistan War Now is, according to an ABC News Washington Post poll, as unpopular as the Iraq War was at its height. Between 2005 and 2009, 60% of Americans said we should leave Iraq right away. Or as my dad would say, right away. Right now, 60% of Americans say we should leave Afghanistan right away. So we got to go. This is a waste of time and more importantly, lives. Right? So, and by the way, to give you a sense of how important that issue to them is in the context of all other issues, it came in number 2 in this poll. Number 1, of course, was focus more on the economy, right? That came in at 36%. Number 2 was bring the troops home from Afghanistan at 17%. By the way, that was higher than focus more on reducing the deficit. So now think about that for a second, okay? Because that's really important. Because all you ever hear about coming out of Washington, whether it's the politicians or the media, the entire establishment, deficit, oh my God, the deficit. Oh, the American people care so much about the deficit, right? Do you ever hear them talking about, oh, the American people want to leave Afghanistan, they want to get out of Afghanistan, we got to go, get out of Afghanistan. Is that always going on? No. So why is that the case? Because people are going to make money out of, quote unquote, reducing the deficit off your back by cutting Social Security, etc. They're going to get to lower taxes on corporations and the rich, which is part of the Deficit Commission proposal, okay? So there's money to be made. They're all of a sudden deficit. And the establishment is obsessed with the deficit. And the fact that the deficit is only at 15% after all of this propaganda goes to show you that American people apparently don't care that much about it. I care a lot about it, and I talk about it all the time, and I don't even want tax cuts for the middle class because I'm worried about the deficit, right? But that's a real concern, and it's not to take away anything from anybody, right? But apparently, the American people don't share my concern, right? It is lower on their list of priorities even after all of this press attention. But you never hear, not never, but almost never hear a peep about the American people's overwhelming desire to leave Afghanistan. Why? Because there's money to be made by staying in Afghanistan. Those defense contractors keep getting paid, the military contractors, all those guys keep getting paid. So in Washington, shush. You will see this poll and then they will ignore it and they will walk away, and you will not hear this poll repeated again and again because Fox News won't, and other news stations, since they don't have an agenda, will just drop it. And by the way, of course, the Republicans, they're always over the top. Lindsey Graham from South Carolina goes in the opposite direction, and he's going to press his propaganda forward, and he's going to win in Washington. He says, I think it would really secure the gains we made to have a U.S. presence in Afghanistan. 2 air bases, that would be beneficial, as a way to make sure this country never goes back in the hands of the Taliban. You know what that means? That means stovetop, we're staying. So he sees the poll of 60% of Americans want to get out, and he says, fantastic, let's stay forever. Let's build huge air bases there to make sure that the Taliban never, ever takes over Afghanistan again. American people, who gives a damn? What are we in a democracy? Who's paying the bills around here? The lobbyists, right? You want us to stay in Afghanistan? Lockheed Martin and Halliburton and Blackwater or whatever you're calling yourselves these days? Yeah, absolutely. Stovetop, we're staying. We got to worry about deficits. I don't know if you know this, but Washington is full of liars. Get a load of Netflix. They deliver the movie to your house, no late charges, free shipping.
You can watch thousands of movies or TV shows straight on your PC or on your television through a gaming console.
Netflix.com/TYT, free trial membership. You get Netflix all over you.